Welcome back to my channel, Coin Purchaser, where coins tell their story and history comes alive through metal and mint. If you're passionate about rare coins, US coinage, or simply want to know whether that old penny in your drawer is worth more than 1 cent, you're in the right place. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the Liberty 1 cent 1971D, a coin that might just surprise you with its rich history, high mintage, and possibly high value in certain cases. Stay with us till the end, because we're uncovering everything, from its origin to its current market worth, and yes, even how you can make a fortune from one. The Liberty 1 cent coin, often simply referred to as the Lincoln cent, has a long-standing place in American numismatic history. The 1971D Lincoln cent is part of a legacy that began in 1909 when the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln penny to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The D mint mark under the date stands for Denver, which is one of the 3 mints that produced pennies in 1971, the others being Philadelphia and San Francisco. The Denver Mint struck an enormous number of these coins, making it a common penny in circulation. But as with all coins, condition and rarity of variations can dramatically change the story. In 1971, the U.S. Mint was transitioning away from copper. The 1971D Lincoln cent was still made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. This composition continued until mid-1982, when the cost of copper prompted the U.S. government to change the metal content of the penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features the iconic right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. A design used from 1959 to 2008. The 1971D Liberty 1 cent had a staggering mintage of over 2.8 billion coins. Yes, you heard that right, making it one of the most widely produced coins of its time. With such high numbers, you might think every 1971D penny is common and worthless. But here's where things get interesting. Due to the massive mintage, minor minting errors were bound to happen, and some of those error coins can be worth big bucks today. Collectors specifically look for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks, RPMs, from the Denver Mint.so. Even though this coin flooded the market back in 1971, today its rare variations are getting scarcer and more valuable. Now let's talk numbers. The average 1971D Liberty 1 cent in circulated condition is still worth about 1 to 5 cents, mostly for its copper content. But if you have a high-grade uncirculated coin, especially one graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at $10 to $50 or more, depending on market demand. But wait, it gets better. If you find one with unique errors, such as a double die obverse or reverse, the value can skyrocket. Error coins from 1971D have been auctioned for anywhere between $100 to over $1,000, based on rarity and condition. The most valuable 1971D Lincoln cent sold at auction was a mint state red specimen graded MS67 Plus RD, which fetched over $2,800. That's thousands of times its face value. So next time you get change at a store, or sort through an old jar of coins, don't ignore that brownish penny. Look closely, because you might be holding a hidden treasure. Here are a few quick tips to identify whether your 1971D Liberty cent is worth money. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass and look for doubling on the date, or Liberty. These are known as double die errors. Look for red coins. If your coin has a rich red luster and no signs of circulation, it's considered red in grading and could fetch a premium. Use a scale. The coin should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it weighs more or less, it may be an error planchet. Get it graded. If you believe your coin is in superb condition or contains an error, submit it to a professional coin grading service. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1971 D Liberty 1 cent, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin content. Do you have a 1971 D penny in your collection? Tell us in the comments below. You never know, your old pocket change could be the next jackpot. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep discovering the hidden wealth in your coins. To another exciting and informative video, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're passionate about rare coins, coin history, and the hidden value of everyday currency, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story, value, and mystery behind the 1974 Liberty 1 cent coin, a coin that looks ordinary but could be worth a fortune in your pocket change. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover a piece of American history you might already own. Let's take a trip back in time to the year 1974. America was in the middle of political and economic shifts. The Watergate scandal was unraveling, inflation was rising, and copper prices were surging. It was during this time that the United States Mint was facing a tough challenge: how to continue producing the 1 cent coin without breaking the bank. Since 1909, the 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, had been made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But by 1973 and 1974, the cost of copper had soared, and producing each penny was becoming more expensive than the coin's actual face value. This prompted the U.S. Mint to explore cheaper alternatives. The result? In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with aluminum cents. That's right, over 1.5 million aluminum pennies were struck by the Philadelphia Mint as trial pieces. But due to opposition from various groups, including pediatricians who worried that aluminum coins wouldn't show up on X-rays if swallowed by children, the aluminum cent program was scrapped. Almost all of these experimental coins were melted down, and only a few escaped destruction. Today, those aluminum 1974 cents are considered extremely rare and illegal to own, as they were never officially released into circulation. Only about a dozen are known to exist, and most are held by government or private collections. If one appears on the open market, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly even over $1 million. But what about the regular 1974 Liberty 1 cent coins, the ones most of us have come across in our change jars? The 1974 penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; San Francisco, marked with an S. The total number of 1974 cents minted is astonishing. More than 8.6 billion coins in total. Philadelphia Mint struck over 4.2 billion coins. Denver produced over 4 billion coins. San Francisco struck over 412 million coins, mostly for collector sets because of such high mintage numbers. The 1974 Lincoln cent is very common in circulation, and in average circulated condition, it's still only worth its face value of 1 cent. However, don't be discouraged. The true value lies in the quality, condition, and rare errors. A 1974 penny in mint state, MS condition, especially graded MS 65 or higher, can fetch between $5 to $25, depending on the mint mark and market demand. But wait, there's more. Some rare errors can push the value even higher. Here are the top valuable variations and errors to look for. Double die of verse. DDO: look for doubling in the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, or the date. These can sell for hundreds of dollars. Off-center strikes. If the coin was not properly aligned during minting, it may have part of the design missing. Values can range from $50 to $200 plus. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin is literally clipped off. These are collector favorites. High-grade proof coins from San Francisco. These coins were struck for collectors and can be worth $1 to $10 or more, depending on condition. Let's talk current market values as of 2025. A regular 1974 Philadelphia or Denver penny in MS65 is worth about $5 to $10. A 1974 S-proof penny can sell for $5 to $20. Depending on grade. A verified double die error or rare minting mistake can go for $100 to over $500. And if you were ever to come across a genuine 1974 aluminum cent, its estimated value could reach $250,000 to $2 million, though it may be seized due to legal restrictions. So, next time you're digging through your pocket change, keep an eye out for that 1974 Lincoln cent. It might look like an ordinary copper coin, but its story is rich, its history is deep, and its value could surprise you. Coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's a journey through history, economics, and sometimes, unexpected fortune. Thanks for watching today's video on the amazing 1974 Liberty 1 cent coin. If you learned something new or enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another coin story. Got a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins and currency. If you're passionate about coin collecting or just love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about a coin that may look ordinary but can be worth a fortune, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin. Yes, that little penny could be your ticket to big money. So make sure to watch this video till the end because we're going to reveal everything, from its history, the massive numbers minted, rare errors, and the huge value it can hold today in the collector's market. Let's begin. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, carries a lot more significance than most people realize. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design that has been used since 1909. But here's where it gets interesting. 1983 was a major turning point in the U.S. penny's history. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the composition of the cent changed dramatically. Until mid-1982, pennies were made mostly of copper. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a cheaper material. So, by 1983, all Lincoln cents were being struck using a zinc core with a thin copper plating, making them lighter and more affordable to produce. This composition shift marked a new era for the humble penny. That makes 1983 the first full year that all circulating 1 cent coins were made entirely from copper-plated zinc. And this fact makes it an important year for collectors. In 1983, the U.S. Mint struck Lincoln cents at 2 main locations, Philadelphia Mint. These coins carry no mint mark and over 7.75 billion of them were produced. Denver Mint. These coins carry a small D mint mark under the date, and a whopping 6.47 billion were minted. That's more than 14 billion coins in total. So you might be thinking, how can something so common be worth anything? Well, hold on, because the value of the 1983 penny comes from something far more exciting, rare errors and variations. Here's the golden ticket. Even though all 1983 pennies were supposed to be made of zinc, a few were accidentally struck on old copper planchets. Yes, you heard that right. That means some 1983 Lincoln cents were made using the wrong metal, copper instead of zinc. These rare errors are known as 1983 copper pennies, and they are extremely valuable. Collectors go wild for these mistakes because they're not supposed to exist. And when something that rare turns up in circulation, it becomes a holy grail for coin hunters. To find out if you have one of these, simply weigh your penny. A regular 1983 zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. A rare 1983 copper penny will weigh about 3.1 grams. If you have one that weighs 3.1 grams, get it professionally authenticated immediately. You might be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. The 1983 Lincoln cent also includes some rare and valuable error coins. 1983 double die. Reverse DDR. This is one of the most famous and collectible errors for this year. You can spot this error by looking closely at the back of the coin. You'll see clear doubling on the words 1 cent and e pluribus unum. These coins in excellent condition can sell for $200 to over $1,000, depending on their grade. Off-center strikes, die cracks, and bubbles. Some 1983 pennies were misstruck, causing parts of the design to be off-center or show cracks. Others might show gas bubbles under the copper plating, a side effect of the new zinc material. These types of errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on severity and condition. Now let's talk about what you really want to know. How much is a 1983 penny worth today? Here's a breakdown. Circulated normal 1983 penny, no errors 1 cent, or face value. Uncirculated mint state coins, MS-60 to MS-65 between 10 cents and $5 depending on luster and preservation. 1983 doubled. Die reverse, between $150 and $1,200 depending on grade. 1983 copper penny error. These have sold at auction for over $15,000, and in one famous case, a 1983 copper cent graded MS-62 brown by NGC sold for nearly $23,500. Yes, that's correct. A single penny that should not exist ended up being worth more than $20,000. So it's time to start checking your change, your piggy bank, or that old jar of coins in the attic. You never know what treasure you might be sitting on. To wrap it all up, the 1983 Liberty 1 cent may seem common, but it holds incredible value for those who know what to look for. Whether it's a rare copper error or a double die variety, these coins have the potential to be worth hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. So don't underestimate the power of a penny. It could change your life. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We post regular content on rare coins, currency tips, and how to spot hidden value in everyday pocket change. Also, comment below if you have any interesting finds. Who knows, your coin might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting!